And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely Brutal OSC as we have returned. We have returned with our third series of the night. We're here now in the round of 16 of the tournament, and we have some of our big names now facing off and now rocking up. And oh boy, we'll get there. We will get there. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have our Brazilian Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is Elias, aka Stormwraith. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the red Terran, the best Terran in the entire tournament in all of Brazil, INexorable, representing his new team, Alien Esports. It is INexorable. And again, INexorable, he's one of the players favored to make a deep run in this tournament, to maybe even win the entire event as well. For a very long time, INexorable, as of course, if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets while you can, as you can get your gamble going. But INexorable, for a long time, he was on the Platinum Heroes. He was on the Platinum Heroes, and they did support him when it came to his rise to prominence. INexorable, of course, he was under the tutelage of Vindicta and Future for a long time. He was practicing under them. He was getting training from them, or I should say practice from them, and coaching from them. And he shot up through the ranks over the past couple of years, hitting GM, hitting the pro scene. And it was only like a week ago when INexorable was picked up by Alien Esports. It was great to see Alien Esports kind of taking notice of INexorable, picking him up as an up-and-comer, and we'll see where that takes him. Again, I'm sure he is now motivated to improve and to play and to strive and to grow even harder than before, and we'll see how far that can take him in tonight's tournament. He has been a Code for Giants Cup champion in the past. We'll see if he can do it again. Before then, though, proxy. I mean, Elias knows that he's up against a beast, that he's up against one of the favorite players in the tournament, so it is not going to be an easy road here for our Protoss player. So how do we approach this? With the proxy Stargate. Let's go. Now, this should just be proxy Oracle. We shouldn't be going into like a Void Ray with shield batteries, with like a rush. Those kind of builds have since come and gone. They're no longer viable anymore, thanks to changes made in the game, to nerfs to the shield battery, nerfs to the Void Ray as well, so that isn't really too applicable here. We should just be seeing an Oracle into a standard setup. Meanwhile, Reaper does get across the map. One probe already goes down. One worker has fallen. Reaper pulls away. And with that, ooh, Stargate is done. Gateway alongside this, and it is gonna, never mind. I was like, it shouldn't be Void Ray, shouldn't be shield batteries. I mean, that build has been nerfed to the ground, but no, never mind. It's back, it's here. Show us what you got. Oh my, as this is not your typical setup here. Okay. Couple of things. First things first, usually when it comes to a proxy Void Ray, your excess mineral resources would be spent on pylons and shield batteries to support the all-in, pushing into the main base and camper the production. That's typically how you approach this. But here with extra gateways, with warp gates on the way, with the adepts amassing across the map, this is very different here. Instead, we're going to be reinforcing and supporting the Void Ray with gateway units. This doesn't feel as powerful. I mean, the scary thing right now actually is the fact that INexorable is moving out across the map. Oh no, there's nothing at home. There's nothing at home, Papi. Not like this. As we just flood on in, there's two adepts here to defend, but the Hellion Reaper should shut this down. Aye. First adept does fall, second adept as well. INexorable, he does preserve his Hellions, and he busts into the mineral line. Void Rays are racing back home as we speak. There's no recall, there's no energy. There's no energy for a recall. Boys are being pulled, probes are getting roasted, and INexorable is just going to go to town here, killing every single worker. 15 workers going down already. It's going to be the entire mineral line. A couple stalkers do warp in, they can just target it down, and with the first wave of aggression here from INexorable, he will overwhelm. A Void Ray is revealed. Now he knows something is wrong. He's like, hold up. Why is there a random Void Ray? What's happening? What's going on? There's no Stargate. Well, there is. It is a Stargate across the map, and just like that, Elias is crippled. He is crippled. He's down to 8 workers, barely an economy, down to half saturation in the main base. Has a second Void Ray. He has no money for a third Void Ray. He's broke. He's broke. He's out of money, out of time. And alas, back at home, we do see INexorable transitioning very nicely here. Third CC, we don't even need a third base. We're fine on 2 bases, but we have a third CC on the way. 1-1-1, Cyclone production. Vikings are massing up as we speak, and INexorable is building up and getting ready to just bust through this army. Cyclones have arrived, they get the lock on. One side is going to be going down, but one Void Ray falls. And here go the Vikings, and down goes the final Void Ray. GG gets called. And INexorable, he will take a lead here. He will look to take a lead. Oh, I got it. There we go. He will take a lead in the series at 1-0. GG. GG, well played. Whew. INexorable does take a lead in the series, and again, I don't blame Elias for going for the proxy. Unfortunately, it was a little bit more of a lopsided proxy. There was no wall off back at home. There was no setup here to defend, and we saw that Hellion Reaper got across the map, got out of control, got out of hand. GG. GG, well played. Unfortunately, Elias had nothing to defend. I say had nothing, had 2 adepts, but alas, that was not enough. Likewise, limited Sim City, no shield battery either. Was investing into the gateways across the map instead, of course, and with that, GG. GG, well played. We do see INexorable taking a lead, and we'll see if Elias can fight back coming into game number 2. Again, INexorable is the favorite player here to take this series, but I want to believe here that Elias can show off some play, and already has had some fun here going for the proxy Stargate. Question becomes, what kind of cheese do we see here coming into game 2? Because I imagine he will cheese. Again, INexorable, he is known, he is renowned in the Brazilian scene, in the Brazilian community. Elias, I'm sure, is fully aware of who he's playing against. And let's go. Let us go. So we are getting into our next game. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of first line, we have our red Protoss player. We have our red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force that ace match. It is Stormwraith, aka Elias. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the blue Terran, representing his brand new team, Alien Esports. It is INexorable. Here we go. As our eyes have to be on Elias once again. The last game went for a proxy Stargate. This time, what do we proxy? If at all, do we play standard? Do we try to cheese it up? What do you have for us? What do you got? We go. As INexorable does open up double gas. Okay, double gas opener out of our Terran player. What does this mean? Double gas leads into a faster factory, leads into heavier tech. This can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion like we saw previously. This can lead into a committed Widowmine drop, can lead into a Cyclone drop, tank drop, early Banshee play, committed Widowmines. There's potential, there's options. Options for INexorable. We'll see what he goes for this time. As Elias is back at home, no proxies set up whatsoever, not yet, not this time. Opening up 2 gates, interesting. This is going to be a delayed expansion from Elias, as we would typically go gate into Cybercore into expansion. So this is very suspect. Very suspect here. Pylon behind the mineral line, not on the low ground either. Are we going for a 1-base all-in? Seems to be the case, as we have a heavily delayed expansion. We have our initial adept. Likewise, back at home, INexorable, there's that factory. We'll see what kind of add-ons he sets up, as he should be expanding. And yep, 1-base all in. There we go. Like, as soon as we saw the placement of the second pylon, it screamed the second gateway as well, screamed 1-base all in. There it is, a third gateway, Robo as well. We're going to send it across the map. With the Robo, we can, of course, make the Warp Prism to reinforce. The scary thing here is that INexorable does confirm. I say he confirms. He pokes in, and what did he see? What does he see? He sees 2 gateways, and he sees no expansion. Big tell already. And it's going to be worth it just to dive in, even to throw away the Reaper. Pokes into the mineral line. Doesn't quite commit in. Doesn't fully get eyes on what's going his way.
Build them more depots.
Total biscuit. Less than 3. One of the few that does use that voice pack. Much love to INexorable. As the gateways are finishing up. Oh no! He got stuck! The probe! You can see, no! The worker next to the gateway, he trapped himself. I didn't notice. So, oh, he can save it though with the prism. True. He can save it with the prism. It's okay. We'll save you. We'll get you out of there, Pappy. Don't worry. As the prism's on the way, there we go. A 4th gateway in the main. Likewise, Reaper Hellion dipping on in, trading with the Stalker. We trade for Stalker. First Stalker goes down, gets into the mineral line. And again, there's only one Stalker left, and Probes are going to be falling. He does target down as many workers as he can. He gets 5, 6. 6 probe kills, getting up to 7. 7 workers do go down. As Elias does push. And he's all in. I mean, he was already going to go one base all in to begin with, but now even more so. He's got 4 gates behind this. Can't necessarily afford to warp in 4 units at a time. Doesn't really have the minerals for it. Just pushing nonetheless. He's pushing. See in chat, BMGG timing. If you're referring to the last game, I would not say that at all. I mean, he GG'd and he stayed in for like 2 more seconds. Like, what? So not at all. Here starts stepping forward. Ooh, we'll lose one of his Stalkers already. 2nd Stalker goes down. 3rd Stalker as well. Oh my god, the Cyclones have just completely shut this down. Completely. Without the Prism does pull away. But again, brutal losses. Oh no, the lock-on! No, the lock-on of the Prism. Oh my god. Catches out the Stalkers. Prism does try to escape. The Cyclone, it's coming. He's coming for the lock-on. No, and he gets it. Gets a lock-on as well. Prism goes down, and back in him, what is there left to defend? Two Stalkers. 2 Stalkers. We have an Immortal that's on the way, but barely a standing army. And here comes INexorable. Moving out with a terrifying army. What does he have? He has 10 Marines. He has 2 Cyclones. He has 1 Viking. He has a medevac for Micro, of course, to save the weakened units. Viking lands. And he's waddling in. It's go time. Up. Saves the Cyclones. Up. One of them so close to going down. 1 shot away. Medevac does fall. Nice pickup. Nice pickup for the medevac, but alas, again, he's up against the wall. The boys are being pulled, which means he can save the Immortal. Immortal taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. Up. Oh my god, the lock-ons are brutal. And the Immortal does go down. You can see INexorable still just rallying across the map. He is trickling in, which is less than ideal, as he is going to be cleaned up. INexorable pulls away. He has to build up his forces, getting his 3rd CC on location, massing up more Marines, getting to stim, combat shields +1, still looking very comfortable here with his setup. Didn't slip when they came to his micro, also his macro I should say. And Elias, his only hope here is for INexorable to overextend. If he had kept rallying in, for example, if he had kept rallying in like 2 units at a time, then Elias could have overwhelmed. But INexorable, he pulled away. Did pull away. Remember, there's no blink. There is no blink on this army. Elias does move out. Looking to engage. With a heavy Marauder force, though, this time the Bio Army, we don't need Cyclones. Know where we're going. Where are we going? We're going to the quarterfinals. Let's go! As INexorable stems in and does focus on the Stalkers one after the other. And there's 1 Stalker left. GG gets called. As there's barely a standing army, and INexorable will take the series 2-0. GG. GG. GG, well played, INexorable. He will claim the series. He will advance on. Again, INexorable is favored to go far in this tournament, to go very, very far. Oh. Is one of the stronger players here. I mean, is the strongest Terran in the entire bracket. So, well played. GG, well played, INexorable. He does advance on, and now we can catch up on the bracket. And again, a big shout out to Elias, aka Stormwraith, for competing. Again, a lot of otherwise amateur players do sign up for this event, and yeah, they have the opportunity to play against some top GMs and some top pros as well. So much love here, much love. Oh. Much love to Stormmate, aka Elias. And from here, we're headed into the quarterfinals.